Wall Street winners. Looking at the week ahead, the week of March 4th to March 7th, we've got a number of companies reporting earnings. It's a slow earnings week in terms of the companies we follow, but still some critical earnings to keep an eye out for. So, starting on Tuesday, we're going to have CrowdStrike, which is one of the cybersecurity firms that we cover, starting to report earnings. We also, and that's going to be aftermarket. We've got AutoZone, a retailer, on Tuesday before market opens. And then Wednesday, we have MongoDB. I think MongoDB is going to be a bit of a surprise pop, kind of like Atlassian was, symbol team, on Wednesday after market close. I think that could be a good stock to get into this week. And then we've got Broadcom, which is down significantly, close to where it was down after the DeepSeek announcement. So it's got a lot of room to recover. If you think back to the last earnings for Broadcom, it beat and had positive future forecast. And based on that, it jumped up into, I believe it jumped up into the 220s, and it's now down, I believe it's below 100, 200 right now. So I think it's in the high 190s, maybe 198. We'll see where it opens on Monday. Could be in the low 200s there at open. But either way, with some continued good earnings, which I do believe we'll see, if we get a beat on revenue, a strong beat on revenue and earnings, and a good future forecast, that has the potential to make some moves to the upside. And unlike NVIDIA, which did fine on earnings, but disappointed the market overall, because it didn't beat it by enough based on expectations. I think Broadcom may be able to surpass those, but I think it could get pulled, the market itself could get pulled down by Costco. I think Costco's revenue and earnings will be a beat, but I'm kind of skeptical about their future forecast. If we look to other retailers' future forecasts, Walmart in particular of late, I do expect that tariffs, which will have come in by that time, because tariffs with the US and Mexico, sorry, with Canada and Mexico from the US, will come into effect on March 4th, unless something changes there. And that could have a negative impact on Costco. So that's what we're looking for earnings wise this week. We also have some other data points that'll be coming out throughout the week, and we'll talk about those on the daily updates. Looking at the futures market, things are actually looking pretty positive. Now, we're still a way out from the start of trading tomorrow morning, being that it's Sunday, but the futures markets are ripping right now, up almost 1.5% across the board here, and more than 1.5% for the NASDAQ. If we flip over to the futures here, you can see that they are all up and in the green, but we'll have to wait and see what comes of this Monday morning. And I think this is probably right now attributed to the European leaders seeking to come up with a coalition that will support the Ukraine after the um, sad outcome in the White House with President Zelensky and President Trump and Vice President Vance this this week past. So we'll have to see. We'll keep an eye and monitor that. The other thing I wanted to touch upon that you may want to keep an eye on. This will become less of an issue if our AI stocks and the Nasdaq in general start to come off the correction they've had in this last week. But there is a potential for trade to unwind that a number of large trading houses and financials have been involved in over the course of the last couple of years. And that is they've been borrowing in Japan. They've been borrowing the yen in Japan because interest rates in Japan have been going in the opposite direction of everywhere else. They're quite low. And they've been then using those funds to make investments in North American AI stocks. And that is a trade that works well when the borrowing costs in Japan on the yen remain at low levels and AI stocks continue to go higher. But if we do see AI stocks continue to fall, as they have for the past, call it last trading week, and the cost of money in Japan potentially increase in cost with any increases from the Bank of Japan, that could put a bit of a squeeze on these trades and cause the holders of the AI shares that have used the borrowed Japanese money to start selling those, and that could cause downward pressure on AI stocks. So keep an eye out for the cost of borrowing in Japan and any Bank of Japan rate changes, because that could have the potential to affect primarily the Nasdaq market in the US. So that's where we are. Good luck in your trades this week. Come up with a plan, stick to that plan, continue to be risk averse. And if you're liking these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button.